Now, look, understand one more thing that's very important here. These guys are not powerless, right? The Christians in this country are incredibly powerful, right?
Punch up, they're powerful, punch, rock it up, punch them, defend R. Kelly, defend Blue Ivy, punch up.
So sometimes people ask me, hey, why do you talk about Christians more than you talk about Muslim terrorists? Well, first of all, that's not remotely true. You go check out all our YouTube videos. By the nature of the news, I talk about Muslim bombings a hell of a lot more than I do about Christian issues, right?
Woo! That is my favorite. This will be analyzed. Sit tight, buckle your seatbelt. I'm about to destroy this fuck again. Now, did you hear how he said that? Listen to the psychology of how he chooses his words. Now, he's making this shit up as he goes. Did you hear how he said, oh, we talk about Muslim terror more. And do you know why? He didn't say because they commit way more acts of terror. No. Listen to how he backpedals and tries to soften that harsh truth. He says, due to the nature of the news. Listen.
By the nature of the news, I talk about Muslim bombings a hell of a lot more than I do about Christian issues, right?
First of all, this is an absolute lie. An absolute lie. There have been 26,000 terror attacks by Muslims since 9/11, not counting 9/11, and tens of thousands of people murdered. The percentage of those events that you covered is minimal. Look at this month, for fuck's sake. Listen to the language he uses. By the nature of the news. No, Cenk, it's by the nature of reality. What the fuck does by the nature of the news mean? He should have said, because of the fact that we have thousands upon thousands more incidents of Muslim terror, I am forced to talk about it more. Because I pretend to be a news agency. Now listen to this second part.
By the nature of the news, I talk about Muslim bombings a hell of a lot more than I do about Christian issues, right?
So how do you think this sentence is supposed to go? By the nature of the news, I talk about Muslim bombings way more than I talk about... Finish that sentence for me. Christian bombings. It's got to be the end of the sentence. Nobody starts a sentence, I talk about Muslim bombings way more than I talk about Christian bombings. Now, in his head, he heard how absurd that was sounding. He knew that that didn't sound right. And the reason it didn't sound right is because there are no Christian bombings. There are no Christian bombings. There are no suicide Christian bombings. There are no standard Christian bombings. It's not even a thing. So he knew how absurd that would sound, so he pauses. And he goes, He says, I talk about Muslim bombings. Pause. Oh shit, I can't say Christian bombings because that would sound fucking insane. And then he goes, derp, than I do about Christian issues. Christian issues? You talk about Muslim bombings more than you do about Christian issues? What the fuck? What the fuck does that even mean? Christian issues? So a guy whose religion is not known walks into a abortion clinic to get a job with a firecracker, and that's a Christian issue? Huh? Yeah, right, Cenk. Christian issues. Mr. Cenk. Ugh.